Asada Shakur, Mike Brown, Breonna Taylor, Miriam Daga, Bell Hooks, Paquita La de Barrio, Jesus Molina Vega, Isadora Perez. These are just a few of the people who are now ancestors. The last two are people who are just two of the humans who have had their life cut short in ICE custody this year, which was one of the most deadliest years since 2004. I say their names because our remembering is sacred. Dia de los Muertos is rooted in the belief of three deaths: the death when your heart stops beating, the death when placed in the ground, and the third and most significant death when there's no one left to remember. Our remembering is one of our greatest movement strengths. From the mariposas and marigolds that guide our ancestors back to us, to the pan de muerto and soap and water, because even in death there's no hierarchy and we all must wash our feet and butts. This ancestral celebration is a reminder of our lived mortality dancing in our collective consciousness. So how does this celebration fit into our daily and current struggle? Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, says, despair is suffering without meaning. And as many of you here know, there is much suffering in the world. For this reason, our goal as activists and organizers is to not only fight against things, we must remind people what we are fighting for. It is not enough to fight voids. Yes, we want freedom from racism, sexism, capitalism, but what we crave is gaining the freedom to, the kind of liberation that comes with being loved and accepted for the skin we are in, and be in the fullness of our connection to ourselves and one another. For me, this has extended into two practices. I always have liberation altars set up at protests. This invites the sacredness of our beings and struggle. Most recently, my liberation altars have been wooden cedar chests filled with quickcrete concrete, which dries hard in 20 minutes. I want the weight of our sorrows to be felt. In several instances, authorities had to haul away the evidence with the tow truck. My other practice is that I fight the numbness by trying to participate in actions that make me feel something more than just my ever-present rage. I no longer attend simple marches and rallies, especially permitted ones. I strive to cultivate creative, direct actions that make me laugh, cry, or both. I also take to heart what Adrienne Marie Brown says when she writes, our mission is to co-dream visions more compelling than oppression and more honest than supremacy, and then move from imagination all the way to new practice. Having ofrendas in all our movement spaces reminds us that our humanity is connected to divinity, and our fights for justice is praying with our feet. And these are some of the altars that we've done at various sites. This is one that had to be hauled away with the tow truck. This was an altar that was during Ferguson October, that was in the Quick Trip, that was behind the Quick Trip. It was actually in the Ponderosa, and we created it there and had a ritual. And this was a concrete altar that was paired with a projection that brought the struggle of Louisville and Ferguson together. And this was at Tornillo the Occupation in El Paso, Texas, at a prison camp for teenagers during Tornillo the Occupation. And this is a Dia de los Muertos altar that I did for community. Thank you all.